Worked outside the shipyard for a bunch of years out in Brooklyn, New York. My first job was when I was 14. I went to Red Hook, Brooklyn, which is a cool spot now. It's kind of like a hipster spot now. Back in 1994, when I started, it was rough. And we were, painting tugboats and welding steel and driving a forklift. And I did all those things. It was cool.
That's
really
awesome.
cool.
That's a pretty wild story.
Yeah,
This is one of the coolest intros I think I've heard so far.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess I don't share it that much, but
well, let's spend some time there for a second. I'm very intrigued on what it takes to weld and paint on tugboats. That's pretty cool.
yeah, I did everything except for operate the crane, which you need a license for, which
Okay.
that makes a lot of sense.
That's fair.
So I grew up in a construction background myself.
Cool.
I was watching some YouTube clips the other day, and they had this thing where there was this new guy on the job site, and they're trying to get him to start a concrete saw. And they're like, no, you got to run the blade across the concrete. And so this dude's taking this big concrete saw and running it and trying to jump start it basically.
Yeah.
And I've had that done to me, those types of things. So when you're on a shipyard doing this kind of stuff, what are the pranks that they like to pull on each other, or those types of lessons that you got to learn to essentially not trust your coworkers?
Yeah, no, I get it. It's like the shingle stretcher, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
I can't think of anyone specifically, but Jay is the guy that runs the shipyard, and he's been doing that for 35 years, and he's awesome, great leader. And he's one of those guys. It's like, hey, here's a 5-gallon bucket of paint, here's a roller, see you at lunchtime. And it was kind of just figure it out.
Yeah, okay.
Mess around and figure it out. There's only so much damage you can do with a bucket of paint, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And we made a mess, but you figure it out. So I remember that, just hey, we're not going to babysit you. Just go do that. And
I think
don't get in our way. I think that was it.
I think what I'm hearing here is we were busy working, not playing pranks on each other.
Fair enough.
Oh no, we used